Hey guys. So, here today for a bit more of a more chill, laid back one. We got pretty intense with the whole idea on like quantum leap and all this extra garbage, right? The parallels of life and all these other things. I might talk about the aesthetics of life next. Now that I think about it, for to go along with that parallels video, so that way you guys can take those sorts of lessons and like maybe try to apply them. And I think they have a lot of great context. I could maybe try to research those a little bit more, so that way I can give you like better examples. Just because I know like right off the top of my head, I know that like you know that a lot of them connect back to like just regular philosophy, like back from like ancient Greece and all that. The aesthetics do. But anyway, on this one, I just wanted to talk about what I've been doing. How I'm going about things now, what I want to do. Uh, the things that I'm probably doing that are probably bad, but here we are. So, yeah, I talked about it a little bit in like my oh hey we're back to this video, where I talked about how I was just kind of being like kind of like a bum right now, and I'm kind of just doing my own thing, trying to make music work for me. So yeah, I've kind of decided to let go of the other stuff just because I realized that I've you hear it all the time. It's like, okay, do what you love, do what you love, do what you love, and it's like, okay, cool. But what if you love a lot of stuff, right? And what if you think you love a lot of stuff at least, right? And that's where I was at. I used to think that I loved like everything, man. I was like, okay, cool, and I really do like basically like almost everything, to be honest with you. I love like I love the parts of technical culture as well as just regular like the humanities. I like philosophy. I like the arts. I like technology. I like sciences. I like actually I don't really like the more measurement based things. Like I don't really like statistics or like well actually I kind of like statistics. I don't like accounting and I don't like what's it called what am I thinking of? Geography or stuff like that. Like I don't really care for that sort of stuff. Like to a certain extent, I can understand that like why people like it. Like maybe there's a discovery aspect to it once you get really into it, but I'm not really into it. So I figured that I mentioned in the other video, yeah, like hey, everything in life is a sale. At the end of the day, you're gonna be selling something. So yeah, I figured that I'd want to be selling the thing that so then selling the thing that I would do for free, right? That's the lesson that really stuck for me finally, is that hey, do what you would do for free. And I realized from just trying to do stuff for these past couple months, like I said, I worked at my dad's car dealership for a little bit. Like as soon as I got out, I was like, okay, cool, I'm just gonna go all in on this, and I'm gonna start doing work on this, and see where that takes me before I wanted to go try to maybe start a software company out in like California or something, right? And it was it was an idea. But uh yeah, I mean, I could never get myself to just sit down and like really code. I like coding and I think it's cool. I like learning about it. I like doing stuff with it. Like whenever I'm in the moment, if I'm actually doing something with it, it's kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, as soon as it's like up to me to like manage my own time and really like make that decision of like, hey, I'm gonna spend this time coding. Like, I know it doesn't really get to me, or it doesn't really like take me. I'm not really driven by it. So I realized trying to do other stuff too. Like I really like art too. I like drawing, but that comes to me in like winds and spurts. I like drawing and I like painting, but only every now and then. I realized this is I was trying to do like magic card alterations with a friend actually, and yeah. I couldn't get myself to sit down and paint them. I really couldn't, even though it was fun. It was fun whenever I first started doing it, and then I like set in that it was like, oh, this is kind of work now, and I was like, oh, so and that's good. I mean, I feel like that's part of it, right? You got to keep trying stuff until you find what you like. And I realized that throughout all of this, I just constantly been playing this guitar. I finally decided to learn how to play guitar like 4 months ago, and I like I'd constantly been doing it throughout this entire ordeal. Nobody had been telling me to do it. Nobody even asked me to do it. I just been doing it because I wanted to learn guitar and I thought it was fun. So I figured, wow, you know what? Why not go all in on this music thing? You feel me? And so I decided to start pursuing that. So here we are, present day, right? And I've been like, like I'm like 3 months. Well, I'm more like a month in, like really seriously going at it. I'm like 3 months in, like halfway doing it, while like just wasting time, really. Well, not. I feel whenever I say wasting time, I am trying to do something productive. It's just that it's never in the right direction. which is the direction that I've intended to go for and like set all my intention behind now, right? So, well, and in the plan and the bigger plan of just like gaining freedom, in general, just be free. But uh, yeah, that's where I'm at. So, I've decided to do music. That's been my whole ordeal for the past couple of months, and like this past month, really hard. I've also decided that, well, I've been taking this really dumb decision to just not work, right? Like, I've kind of just decided to lay off a bit. I'm like, screw it, man? Like, I'm gonna go all in on it. Thankfully, I'm in this great position. Oops, I'm in this great position. Oh my god, dude, I'm sorry. I'm in this great position where I have my parents around me, and like, hey, it's no problem for me to just be here at home. And if as long as I'm not causing any problems, it should be fine. So I'll be here, doing me. It's kind of sucks because I'm broke, man. I ain't got no money. I mean, I've got a little bit of money that I like. I've been slowly dwindling down like the money that I saved up from when I was working at my other job, over at well, it doesn't matter anymore. I guess I don't know if I want to keep mentioning them in the videos, but they were great. It's just that I don't know. I don't want to be PC or anything like that in these videos, so screw it, man. I'm just doing me. So I'm not trying to name anybody's brand. You feel me? Anyway, yeah. So talk to you a little bit about what I've learned, where I'm at, and maybe talk to you about how, like, if anybody's ever trying to get into the music industry, trying to do their whole deal, if they're trying to just learn music for the fun of it. This is how I did it, because I feel like I didn't know where to start. It was a whole new field for me. I think that most of the things that I've been really like interested in, I've been interested in for like a long, long time, and I've been like, I kind of already, did like the bumbling and like bumbling about. And I already had like sort of like a small base and everything that I really enjoy, up until now. Like I really, like I liked some obscure thing like cinematography. Like I like cinematography, and I used to edit videos, but I don't do it very much anymore, but I had that base from like when I was littler. I'm like, oh yeah, I could totally do that. Music, no clue where to start. I was like, what do I even do? I'm like, I can't, I could never hear the notes. I like singing. That's fun. You can just listen to songs and sing along. That's cool. I think that the vocal tricks there are kind of fun to, and maybe have been like the strongest base that I've had for like maybe just trying to understand rhythm and stuff like that. But, and maybe dancing along with it helped with like rhythm in general, but like the notes, the actual like cultivation of a melody, I had no clue. And I didn't get that you could really just like play around on the guitar, because I'm so far removed from like the ignorance of youth. I feel like that allows you to just bumble through something and like find stuff and be like, wow, this is great, even though like you don't know, but you could be sounding like trash the whole time. And I, especially with like music, I got worried after I learned that like you got to do ear training to like really get the try to understand your notes in whatever instrument you're doing if you don't have perfect pitch and all that. And so I got worried. I'm like, dude, I don't want to learn like something out of pitch. I did try to learn music whenever I was younger. I actually tried to learn on the same guitar. Well, not this guitar anymore, but this smaller guitar that's actually back there if you want. But I've had that since I was 9 or 8, and I never freaking played it. I tried to. I bought like a program, like a CD program. Never got to it. I opened it up like the first day and like tried to do like, this dude tried to have us do something ridiculous. It was something called like the Caterpillar. It was ridiculous. I mean, looking back on it, it doesn't seem that ridiculous now because I understand it. But dude, I was 8. Like I was not trying to sit here and just like spend my day fretting around on this, this keyboard. Like it didn't make sense to me. It fucking sucks because it hurt my hand, like my fingers. I was like, dude, this sucks. I don't want to do this anymore. And like that kind of ended like the adrenaline rush to learn that, right? So guitar sat in my closet for like years now, till I finally decided to say screw it and I learned. So how I really got started doing it was that I just kind of said fuck it, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna learn to do this whole music thing. And side note, this is kind of like the first, honestly, this whole music thing is like the first time I've ever actually, oh man, I think I'm about to run out of video. Hold on. Okay, we back. Yeah, learning music. Yeah, sidebar to the actual, like, just actually like sitting down and saying fuck it and doing it. I, before that, had really gotten into NBA, like finally gotten into like sport, watching a sport at least, right? I got into watching the NBA basketball, right? and I really started like having an appreciation for like this skill training and like really actually trying to learn a discipline. Um, so yeah, like I said before that, I had been pretty like 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 decently versed in all the things that I liked. That it all seemed like it was all sort of just like naturally talented sort of deal, just because like I'd always messed with them, I'd always done something with them, and so as I came up, and like learned a little bit more, I've always had a mind that like loves to research, right? And it's one of my faults, honestly. I research too much, and I'll never take action. And so I know a lot of random shit, and like it's it's all a matter of will I actually do something with it, right? Like I could tell you, I could make an app right now. Will I do it? Probably not. Can't make myself do it. Can't get myself to do it. So, yeah, finally got into like this idea of like really training up a skill that you enjoy and like something that you know that I've never done before, right? And so finally I got inspired by that to like say one night I was really blazed up. I was like, bro, fuck it. And so I did it. I just started playing. I downloaded Musician and I started going ham on Musician. I think I went for like a whole like 3 hours that night. And it was the night it was in the middle of the night. Next day I had work. It was crazy. I was wild, and I was really wild, but it was fun, and I fucking loved it. It was great. And so that kind of inspired me, especially just from that program. I started like like they let you play like little riffs and stuff, and you were like, and I heard it and I'm like, damn, I'm really playing music. Like it was way different than, honestly, I feel like if a kid starts on Musician today, they'll do way better than like me trying to learn off that damn VSH tip. This guy was like, we'll do the Caterpillar. It was a fucking like, I don't even know, it wasn't even scale training, it was like fret training. Bullshit, dude. Absolute bullshit. But yeah, I started having fun with it, and so from there I started really hammering down and learning a bunch of songs. I know a lot of like different songs that I love now, and I can play them. And from there, so like that all took like over the course. That was probably like yeah, just that's when I was bullshitting stuff, and I wasn't really going ham on it. And so I was doing that for maybe 3 months, honestly, and it was yeah, once I got to about like this last month, like the beginning of like 2020, I was like, oh fuck. No, it was a little bit before that too. It was in December. I was like, damn, I want to start learning music theory. I'm gonna start getting into it. I'm gonna start really learning how to use these chords. Like, what do these chords mean, and all these other things, right? So I enrolled in a edX course. I thankfully I still have a Lynda account, and so I learned a little bit off of. Okay, so it looks like I don't have very much memory left, so I'm gonna try to wrap it up quick. I got cut off there on the last one. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was talking about how I took a Lynda course too to learn a little bit more music theory. Thankfully, we're almost done. So yeah, I learned a little bit more about music theory. It's really easy, actually, to be honest. I think that the fundamentals are so strong, and especially since it's really an art form at the end of the day, it really was just sort of like learning like the colors and like learning the color psychology behind them, if you will. And now I'm trying to get more familiar with it and trying to understand scales more and trying to really familiarize myself with the different types of scales and what their sound is. Ear training, these are the things that I'm focusing on now, and as well as really learning like how to actually put together these songs. That's why I started getting into GarageBand, and learning how to put that together. And who knows where I pivot from there. But I'm gonna wrap this up because I don't really have that much space. But yeah, that's where I'm at music wise. I think I'm pretty much ready to start making songs. It's just a matter of actually getting some ideas and trying to make some beautiful art. So hope you guys reach for your dreams. I'll catch you later. This has been a long one, but hopefully you guys enjoy it. Peace out.